What's going on, Eagles family? Hope everyone's having a great day. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of On the Road to Victory. I, of course, am your host, Jimmy Smith, and I come to you today a little bit of breaking news. Now, if you've missed in the last half hour to an hour, Jalen Hurts was named the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles. That's right. Something we've been talking about the last few days, obviously, because of what happened on Sunday. But the last few weeks, we've really been touching up on, would this kid get a chance to show what he's got? Well, Carson Wentz is out there getting destroyed, leading the league in interceptions, sacks. This offensive line can't block. The receivers can't get open. The running backs don't want to do anything to block, or we're not running the ball. There's so many things we could look at. The defense, obviously, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. I mean, these guys are up and down, up and down. We don't know what we're going to get every week. Things are falling apart. 3-8-1. Well, that seems like a pretty damn lost season to me. I understand that we are in the NFC East, but look at Washington. Look at New York getting wins against good teams. We can't even beat trash teams. So the sad reality is the Philadelphia Eagles probably aren't going too far. So you have to come to those terms. And look, we were looking for a spark at halftime against the Packers. We talked about, would Jalen Hurts come out and play? Sure enough, he did. And he provided a little spark. It actually made the game interesting to watch, a little fun to watch. And I'm a Carson Wentz fan. I love Carson Wentz. I hope that we build around him, do some things for him. This year, I don't think Jalen Hurts was the right pick. We talked about, could have traded back. Still got Rager. Got someone like Higgins or Claypool in the second. There's so many things we talked about. Jeremy Chin, Lloyd Cushenberry in the offensive line. There's so many things we needed. And this team decided to go for a quarterback and then a project linebacker in the third round, which I like Davian Taylor, not at that spot. It is what it is now, but now that he's out, probably out for the season, significant time coming up here. So just how he's feeling it. Everybody's letting him have it. But look, we drafted a quarterback. It is what it is at this point. And our quarterback that, we have for the next 2 years, whether or not, we've talked about this, it's not out of the books here, out of the cards that we could restructure Carson Wentz. Something could happen where maybe he wants out. We'll see how Jalen Hurts does, but, he is our quarterback for right now. So we want to see what this guy that we apparently drafted so that we could trade, apparently, this quarterback factory. We're going to see what we've got. And I thought that was the right move anyway. Nothing's getting done. These young guys are still learning at receiver. I really think that Carson Wentz, there wasn't much to be seen. He's struggling. I think in the offseason, we're going to have to worry about, getting an offensive coordinator that knows how to use Carson Wentz. And then you talk about Howie Roseman, he's obviously going to need some help bringing in somebody that's going to help him get the talent we need on this team. But for now, let's see what happens with Jalen Hurts. Maybe this kid comes and balls out. Now, he was like 5 for 12, I think. 109 yards, a touchdown, an interception, had like 5 rushes for 28, 29 yards, I believe. So, I mean, he did all right, and he provided a spark. That bomb to Rager, loved it. And then you see that bomb to Greg Ward in the end of the touchdown. That was awesome. Him using his legs. That's something we know he can do. Not exactly the greatest passer right now, but that's something we talked about. It's going to take him time. But did we want to throw him into the fire? Was he ready? You could see him on the sideline, kid chomping at the bit. So we'll see, man. And did I watch the presser? No, I had some things going on. I wanted to create the picture, and I wanted to hop on. I'm going to watch that then. We'll take away from it. But I did get to see his statement on why, we are actually rolling with Carson. So I was going to read that off to you. But it says, I've come to a decision, and I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts this week against New Orleans. I looked at the whole thing and decided that for this week to look for that spark again to try to get the team over the hump. So that statement right there, he's looking to still win, provide a spark. I want the spark. I want to see these guys play because I want to see, not only the young guys get opportunity, but every Sunday I'm tuning in because I want to see my Birds fight. I want to see them win a damn game rather than just getting their asses handed to them, playing with no heart. Nobody seems to care. So I just really don't know what's happening here, but we need to bring in some help in the front office, coaching, all of the above next year. But right now, we're just trying to get through it. So Hurts, he's looking for that spark, and he provided it on Sunday, and we saw that it's a different offense. If they're going to run their vanilla crap, Hurts is still going to get out of it and get open. Now, we're not rolling out Carson. We're not doing anything like that. So we've got an Indy fan in the chat. They want him to come to their team and thrive. I bet you do. Carson Wentz is a great quarterback. Yeah, I'd want him too. But, the Eagles are going to work on him and hopefully try to make him the quarterback he was a few years ago. I mean, the kid was on an MVP level. So don't think you just give up on him right now. But, hey, we'll see what the Eagles plan on doing. Howie's a jackass. So we'll see. After the draft, Howie was asked if Carson was happy with them. Drafted quarterback said he wasn't. Yeah, they called him, let him know he was actually out like hunting or something. Yeah, I would be so excited to hear that you just paid me $120 million and instead of getting me weapons, you're now going to draft maybe my replacement or whatever you're trying to do. And you could say whatever, about what Carson Wentz was saying, oh, well, it doesn't affect me. It's fine. Yeah, bullshit. I don't care who you are. That's going to affect you. Now it should affect you in a positive manner. Look at Aaron Rodgers. They drafted Jordan Love. He's like, yeah, young man, I'm not ready. Carson Wentz, we talked about this. You needed to come out hungry, just like they try to do with Foles. Here we are again. So this is the management's fault. And I don't care what anybody says. Like, oh, hell, he's so great. Oh, yeah, he's so great, man. Great at contracts that we're in cap hell next year. So great that we're going to have dead money on most of these people that we have to get rid of. So I really don't think he's the genius ever. I love the guy for helping us get a Super Bowl. Look, he's one of the better GMs in the league. I'm just saying, I think people hold him a little higher on a pedestal than you should. But that's where we come in talking about, I don't think he's going to get fired. I think Jeffrey loves him, but you got to bring in somebody with that understands football. Let's just, be plain as day about it. I don't think he understands the game too much, and he wants to make those cute picks. So that's why we have Jalen Hurts. That's why we're in this predicament. But, hey, I just want to see the Eagles win on Sunday, so I really don't care. And the team's ass backwards. But that's the thing. They don't know what's going on. It seems like a disconnect between the front office, coaches, all of the above, players. Nobody knows what's going on. We don't know how to use Carson Wentz all of a sudden when the kid was literally, like we talked about, on an MVP level. He's responsible for helping us get to that Super Bowl. So how in year 5 has he regressed so much? How do you not know? I mean, we sit here every day, talk about rolling him out, talk about creating space for receivers like Jalen Reagor, getting the ball to him in space, end rounds, little things that keep the defense on their toes. Hey, we don't run the ball. That's the key here. The main thing you want to establish, they don't ever do that. So it's like, I don't know what else to say. I've given my 2 cents every single day on what we should do, and the Eagles don't do it. So here we are, and they needed to change. And it's not going to come in the form of a coach, or it's not going to come in the form of front office. Not right now. Now, we've got 5 weeks to go here. We're going to have to get 4 weeks. All right. We're going to have to get through these teams and evaluate all of our young talent. And not only them, but evaluate the coaching staff, evaluate the front office for the picks they made and how the coaches handle these picks. So everybody better be on the hot seat. But let's be real here. Jeffrey Lurie seems to love, certain things. He holds on to nostalgia. And look, man, this is your team. You did it with Andy Reid. It's time to cut bait when it's, when there's a time, there's a time. I'm not saying that about Doug Peterson. I like Doug Peterson. I think people, they're always talking trash on him. Look, if I were him in that, and the way the media asks certain questions and the questions they do ask, I'd probably be pretty pissed off myself. But let's be real here, guys. There needs to be some damn changes. And one of those changes, starting quarterback, man. So it's crazy. It really is. But he's our starting quarterback, guys. And there's nothing else. People still complaining like, oh, this, that, the other thing. Look, I still believe in Carson too. But right now, this is the best thing for the team. Best thing for Carson is not to go out there and get hurt. And I think that's what inevitably was going to happen because you guys see this offensive line. JP's banged up a little. We might see our 12th different starting line in 13 days. I apologize. I'm a little stuffed up today. For splitting headache. Let's hope everything's all right. I've been staying inside, so I don't know how it wouldn't be, but dear God. So I apologize if I sound a little ridiculous today. I want Doug to win under Howie. Well, that's it. Everybody wants to be the smartest guy in the room. And I think we talked about yesterday, everybody was a little pissed off that Doug said it was going to be his decision and his decision alone. And, at first I was a little taken back by it. But look, we talk about the fact that what's the issue here? One of the issues we speak of is maybe too many voices in his head, maybe too many things going on. Because in the beginning, sure, you had Frank Reich, John DeFilippo, you had other voices that seemed to help. These ones don't seem to be helping. So maybe you just let Doug do what he's got to do. These last 4 games, the season doesn't really seem like there's much to hold on to. And, let him prove he's a good coach or not. It's all on you now, man. There's no Howie Roseman telling you who to play. If that's actually happening, that really scares me. But, that's been some of the talk. So we'll see. We'll see. But I wanted to jump on, just let you guys know that Jalen Hurts is our starting quarterback. So that's pretty wild. It definitely something that we saw coming, though, after him getting his chance. So, we already talked about this, guys. But for you guys out there that love your draft, you guys know how much I love the draft. But talking about where we're at right now. Look, just wherever we're at, I just want Howie to have some help drafting. So wherever it is, even if we end up at 6 or 5 or 8 or 10, Howie can trade up, Howie could trade back. I wouldn't be against that. Everybody wants a high draft pick. What if we get a later round first rounder and add a third or maybe even a second if somebody's willing, depending on where we are? Could really add some young talent to this team, and that's where we're at. Our cap is going to be hell next year. We need to get younger, and we need to find out what we have. I'm pissed Davian Taylor's hurt. Finally getting to see a little bit of him. You need to give these young guys a chance. Michael Jackett, he's been getting some time when Darius Slay gets hurt. Darius is still dealing with, it's not supposed to be a significant injury, thankfully, but these younger guys got to get a chance. We got to see what we have for the future. Vontae Maddox is not the outside cornerback. I said that at the beginning of the season, and we've been finding out every week since. So Sidney Jones is gone. You wasted your second-round pick on him. Now everybody can give all the love they want to Howie, but there's plenty of mistakes. He's had some good ones, but he's had some help. Joe Douglas has been there. There's things people overlook, and I'm not going to do that. Do I think Doug is going with Hurts because he's coaching? Well, that's it. He is. And I don't think I think he feels that and I think Jeffrey loves him, but I think Doug knows that, there's guys like Eric Bieniemy who might be up for a head coaching job. And if you miss that train, that's a guy that's probably going to go be a head coach somewhere for a long time. So maybe if they don't like what they see from Doug now that, he's got all to say, maybe they cut him and we restart this whole coaching staff and see somebody can use Carson Wentz, or maybe they want to keep Jalen Hurts. So they restructure Carson Wentz and get rid of him. Anything is possible, but this is just, I didn't want to be in this situation. I really just wanted Carson Wentz to be good, the young talent. I wanted us to be healthy this year, and it's been everything but that. So this is a tough season, guys, and we're going to need a little bit of a rebuild next year. So Wentz fan, but also an Eagles fan. Exactly. Thank you, Malcolm. Spoken like a true diehard. Now, I feel the same way as Malcolm here. I'm a diehard Eagles fan when it comes down to it. It's all about this logo. When it comes to Sundays, I want to see the Eagles win. So whoever that takes, whether that's Carson Wentz, Jalen Hurts, put him in. And if it's better for our future, yeah, put him in. I want to see what he's got. You're supposed to be trading him at some point if he's not your starting quarterback. So either way, people got to see what he has. We got to see what he has. So this just sucks for Carson Wentz. Really wish we would have added more talent. Did not do that. So here we are. And the injuries didn't help. Rager being out most of the year. Ertz, these things don't help. And I'm not trying to give him excuses, but put things in context. Your offensive line, 12 different in 13 weeks is what it's about to happen. We've already had, it's just, that's unreal. That's unreal. And it sucks that we're going through it again this year. But in a year like 2020, we were just hoping football would save us a little bit. And the Eagles have done nothing but make us miserable. So maybe in the draft coming up, we get ourselves a good position and we can all be happy about that. I'll be doing breakdown videos of some of the players I like, and hey, we'll see what happens. But this sucks that here we are, but I'm excited for the kid. I want to see a spark. This team has been nothing but awful. Every week I come out here asking for them to play with some heart. Nobody seems to want to. So I don't know what it is. Look at this. Here we are. The worst division in football. 5 wins is all it takes. And we are 2 games behind them. Well, whatever. 1 point, whatever, with the tie there. That's not good. That's not good, guys. That's not good at all. That's bad. Very bad. So this team needs to truly figure it out, get their head out of their ass. And maybe Jalen Hurts maybe he's the guy that we need to make that happen. So it's pretty much all I wanted to touch on today at this moment. Might hop on later just to give you any kind of injury news or anything that does happen, because we're still waiting to hear exactly what's going on with JP and Avonte Maddox. We talked about Davian Taylor yesterday, probably missing significant time. TJ Edwards going to be limited in practice. So we'll see there. But Darius Slay, not significant. Hopefully today we'll get a little bit more answers on that. But this was some news I had to jump on. Our team should have. I don't know what this New England. Okay, was dominating their division. Yeah, I know we should be dominating. We're not. I thought this was going to be between the Eagles and Cowboys this year. It's not. This is not. It's not how it's going, and it's been nothing but bad. So hey, if he provides a spark, gets Jalen Reagor involved more, if it provides some kind of spark that this team desperately needs, I'm all about it. So hey, if Doug feels this is the right move for him, and maybe his final 4 games, if he, truly feels like he's got to run with this kid, hey, I'm all about it. Talked about that yesterday. Where do we go now? Well, we're going with Jalen Hurts. Let's see what he's got. Let's get this W on Sunday, because this has been a really crap season, and I would just love to see a win. It would make my soul feel good. I know people like, we got to lose, get a draft pick. I'm not doing that. I have to root for my birds. In the end, if it works out, it works out. And I don't think any player's going out there trying to lose. I think they're going to be excited. And that's kind of sad if they'll play harder for Wentz, but maybe that's telling. So going to see what happens here the next few weeks. So we give the kid a chance. Why not? Yeah. That's what I was pretty much talking about this whole video, Brian. The season's pretty lost. I know that, those teams are right in front of us and they're not the greatest, but they've been playing with a lot more heart at least, and looking a lot better. You saw Washington beat Pittsburgh yesterday. So, hey, we're not hungry. We can't even beat bad teams. This is something that we're going to find out. I would go either. It really depends. I would go corner. I could go linebacker. I could go receiver. Really depends where we're at, who's available. So we've got a lot of holes we're going to create ourselves because this cap we talk about. So we're going to have to get younger. So maybe we trade back, allow ourselves to get, maybe not as pretty players as some people like, but if you're not in that top 8 range, maybe you move back. We'll see. We will see. I'll keep you guys up to date. I will be back a little bit later today. I'll let you know what's going on with the injury news and everything, but my voice is killing me. Can't breathe, so I'm going to roll out. Hope you guys are all having a good day. Reach out if you need anything, whether it be about football, whatever. But Jalen Hurts is your starting quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday against the New Orleans Saints. So, going to be a barn burner. The Saints got a great D. We got ourselves a gadget quarterback versus gadget quarterback matchup. I think Jalen Hurts is a little more of a quarterback than Taysom Hill, but going to be interesting. They've got a good defense. So I'm excited. I'll talk to you guys later. As always,